Hey, there we are.
Hi.
Oh.
And check comments up.
You hear us all right?
Can everyone hear us? Anybody there? Can anyone hear us?
Oh, cool.
Oh, yay. Thank you.
Yeah, I know, Crispy. Just saying, we actually just broke something as well. You were saying, here's the nervous part. Is it working all right? And it wasn't working. How's everyone doing?
Yeah. It's been a while since we've done a live, hey?
I wonder if I should pull this closer. Yeah, it's been a while. Oh, there you go. Keep the weight.
Nice, thanks,
Perfect.
Christine.
We changed two things for this live stream. We have a different microphone now, instead of the headset we were using before.
Yep.
And the girls are also asleep. That seems to be key for talking to you guys without interruptions.
Mhm.
Harvey on the iPad. Yeah, girls asleep in the car. So, yeah, we'll see how this goes. Hey, Shannon, you made it. How's the whale watching going? I wonder. Oh, no, that's so good. Oh, it's hot in here.
It is. Had the heater cranking in Rosy this morning because it's been freezing out here.
We haven't been staying in the caravan. We've been staying back in our house, and it was 5 degrees in the caravan when I came in before. So, yeah, crank the heater up. Now it's 20 degrees and way too hot. Ah, that's cool, Jonesy. It's quite a funny thing to think about, people sitting down and watching our videos, like the same way we would watch other people's videos. Like, yeah, it's kind of funny. Cool though. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Surprised to see so many of you.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's Saturday afternoon as well.
Yeah.
We
got lots on this week.
Yeah. Also a long weekend. I didn't even think. I was like, we'll do a live stream this weekend, and then someone was like, oh, it's a long weekend. So you guys are probably like, cheers for interrupting our long weekend. We did do one at 10 o'clock last time in the morning, but with the girls, they were climbing all over us, and yeah, so we can feed them and then they can have a sleep, and yeah, seems a bit quieter. So yeah, hopefully a few less interruptions. Where on earth is that? You pronounce that?
Rere whakaitu. Don't know.
Whereabouts is that, Jonesy? Never been there before. Never heard of it, actually. No. Ruin your weekend adventures. Sorry, I'll try and tilt that forward. I wonder if I should put something under it.
That's right.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Tip the whole tablet over.
Halfway between Rotorua and Taupo. Oh, nice and close.
True. We're in Taupo at the moment. I didn't realise that. There you go. Yeah. I bet it's cold there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cold here in Taupo. So yeah.
Well, we probably should explain why we are back home as well. I'm sure a lot of people have been wondering.
Yeah, so my dad might actually be in the chat, but my dad had a heart attack. Would have been a week ago.
Week and a half?
Yeah, maybe a week and a half ago now. So we were on the West Coast, and if you watch the video that came out last night, we were right up the top of the West Coast.
Yeah.
So like, it's probably 2 hours north of Westport. It's like as far up as you can go. And we got the news that he had a heart attack. He was flown to Waikato Hospital, which is a couple hours away from Taupo, and was kind of awaiting more news.
Yeah.
And so we were kind of unsure. He seems stable. He's probably in the chat right now. Actually, hi Dad, if you're watching from hospital. He's pretty bored. But yeah, had a heart attack, bunch of scans, needs an operation. Kind of really out of the blue because he's fit and healthy and not super old.
No.
So we were kind of a bit surprised. He doesn't smoke or drink or anything like that. So yeah, had a heart attack. Needs a triple bypass, which is impressive.
Yep.
If you're gonna do it right, I guess. So yeah, we decided to come home and just, I guess, visit him.
Yeah, it'd be nice for him to see the kids. He loves having them around, and then we can sort of help out with things that need doing as well while he recovers. So that was the plan.
Yeah, it sounds like it's a bit of a long recovery.
Mm.
So like months, eh?
Yeah, I think 3 months before he can go back to work. After.
Bunch of time off work, and yeah, so we thought, okay, we'll dash home. We'd actually been planning, or Chelsea had been planning to come back for a few days.
Yes, because our original plan was to come back in the winter and winter over here at home. We weren't really prepared for when the kids got bigger. We've got a whole bunch of clothes here for the twins that Harvey had grown out of from when he was their age, and all sorts of other stuff, and they are growing like weeds at the moment and have grown out of all their clothes. So I was thinking I would come home for a couple of days, fly home, leave Bronson and the kids in Kaiteri probably, and sort out some clothes, spend a couple of days at home, and bring a suitcase back down full of stuff that they'll need for the next couple of seasons. So that's what we were thinking, and we were sort of looking at flights. Bronson's brother Ruben is a pilot for Air New Zealand, and he was going to hook us up with some buddy flights that he gets for working there. And then, yeah, we got the news, so we thought, well, instead of getting a flight, why don't we all just jump on the ferry and come home for a bit? We were planning on doing it initially anyway, not a big deal.
It's about the same cost for us, like flights for Chelsea versus the car and the Caravan on the ferry with the
NZMCA discount.
NZMCA discount. So we kind of started thinking, oh, why don't we just come back, stay here for a few weeks, maybe 3 weeks.
Yep.
It also gives us a really good opportunity to like clean the Caravan properly. Like strip all our bedding out. We've got a couple of like bits of maintenance we need to do. I broke a pipe in the back of the Caravan. It's been dripping. It kind of spins freely now. So yeah, it's kind of like a bit of a mad dash to come back here, and then we kind of realized as we were coming back that Harvey's watching something. You might have seen in the news that the Waikato hospital had some IT hack that happened, some ransomware software. So they've been like down. They've had no computers for a few weeks. Yep. So they're not doing any operations at the moment. So Dad's been sitting in hospital, bored out of his brain for a week, waiting for a date. All non-elective, elective? How do you say that? All the surgeries, elective surgeries have been cancelled. They're just critical ones. They're flying people around the place for operations. So we kind of dashed home and then realized he's stuck in hospital still. So we were kind of thinking we'll get home. He'll be home already from his operation.
Yeah.
We can make him soup or, I don't know, chop firewood or something, but still in hospital waiting on a date for the operation. So
yeah, he might probably be there for another week and a half. He's got to be there for 5 days after the operation as well. So we thought we would head up tomorrow and visit, take the kids up and see him.
Yeah. It's a couple of hours from here, so mission up tomorrow. But yeah, it gives us a good chance to clean out the Caravan, strip all the bedding.
All the fun stuff that you don't often do.
Yeah. We also realized that we took a lot of stuff away that we don't even use.
Yeah.
I got a whole basket full of camera gear I've never touched.
Yeah.
I think it'll be a good kind of change, kind of switch from to winter, And yeah. So yeah, that's where we are. We're back in Taupo. Couple of days of driving. We had a day in Wellington for Chelsea's birthday, which was nice. And
bucketing with rain, but we still had fun.
We dodged all that. We thought we dodged all that rain that was happening down in Christchurch. Hi, there you go, Crispy. My nana had a triple bypass, still going strong. They sound really common, the bypass. I know my dad's brother had one as well.
Yeah.
A while back, he's still going strong. So
and apparently, lots of people say they feel better after having it done than they did before. So it's good.
You kind of think heart surgery sounds pretty terrifying, but And I mean, it's still a serious surgery
Yeah.
by the sounds of things, but apparently people have them all the time.
Yeah, they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Mm.
So yeah, home for a couple of weeks.
Yep.
We kind of have this date in July.
Start of July,
Yeah.
like first week of July.
Chelsea's parents and sister and husband and their kids were all going to go to Queenstown or Wanaka to go skiing. Thanks, Crispy. That's very generous of you.
Thank you so much. That's really
I
nice.
don't actually need to buy a piece of pipe. I made a stupid mistake. I realized what I did to the. We have a waste outlet sticking out the back of the caravan, and we have a portable waste tank, and I wheeled it under, and I forgot that it was under there. I remember doing this a while ago, and then I went to hook the front of the caravan up, and I jacked it up on the wheel, and it cracked the pipe. So, yeah, that's perfect time to fix it. One thing we found out, it's really funny to try and do like DIY or fix stuff while you're on the road.
Yeah.
Because like you can't just have a day where you strip all the sheets off the bed, because then you've got like 40 loads of washing and nowhere to hang it out. It's kind of a strange thing. So
yeah, and we don't carry full set of tools around, do we?
no,
We carry
true.
some basics.
2 screwdrivers and so a few things like that. I can't remember what we were just talking about. Sorry. Queenstown trip. So her family go down every year. They go skiing, and we would like to join them. We were going to drive down the west coast, take this baby into some snow, and see if
hopefully we don't burst the pipes
freeze. See what
we don't really know. We don't know about caravanning in winter. So it'll be an adventure.
So that's kind of our date. So depending on what happens with Dad, towards the end of this month, we'll carry on and head down to Queenstown. It's a bit of a slog. Taupo to Queenstown is going to take us probably a week.
Yeah, with the kids, everything is a lot slower. We normally only drive 2 hours in a day. They get pretty scratchy after that. But on our way back up, we did 4. Plimerton to Taupo.
The longest we've ever driven with them.
Arrived in the dark and
yeah.
I
don't know if it was worth it.
I don't know if it was
we were just keen to get home.
Everyone was pretty grumpy that last hour. Yeah.
Good question from Jonesy. Look at this fancy stream ball. Look at that.
Ooh, comments down the bottom.
Did you read? Yes, we rented out the house to my sister. So she lives here.
She's got a little boy who's 3, Lucas. And they've been looking after our dog for us as well. So they've been taking good care of the house, and it's been awesome having them here. And it means that we can just come back when we need to. We haven't packed up our rooms or anything. They're just staying in the spare room. Yeah, nice and easy.
We realized when we got back how much stuff we have, how like our garage is just full of stuff.
So much.
It's funny to not use things for 6 months and then go, why do I have that? Or like, I don't know. Seems odd. Lots of stuff.
Yeah, Katrina, our dog, is very happy to have us back. He went mental, didn't he? And I think the twins had forgotten that we had a dog. And they love dogs. So anytime they see a dog out the window of the caravan, they're squealing and pointing at them. So they went inside and saw Gizmo, and he went mental, and they went mental, and they kind of haven't left him alone since.
I saw him hiding upstairs actually before. He hides upstairs from them now. I think they thought we bought them a dog or something.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's going to be a sad couple of girls in a few weeks when we get back on the road and leave them behind again.
We were planning to sell the house. We kind of tossed up selling the house. Obviously, it's a strong market at the moment. And I don't know, like maybe if we might buy some land in the future and maybe sell the house and build something smaller. But yeah, we kind of worked out well with my sister being around, because we thought about renting it out as well, and then with tenants and
we didn't really want the hassle while we were traveling. And also we really like the area that we're in, and Harvey will be starting school in some point. Maybe not when he's exactly 5, but we'll see. And the local school is really good, and I think it would be a really good fit for him. So we kind of want to hang on to the house just so that. I mean, we've
That's
got
an
all our
option
friends
there as
around
well.
here, and it's quite nice. Yeah.
Yeah, it's it kind of worked out well with her just being able to look after our stuff and
Mm.
all of our stuff we don't use.
It wasn't a big move out before we got on the road, was it? It was kind
Yeah.
of just sort out what we need to take and
Takes the pressure off a bit for this sort of thing as well. Like we could just come back and it wasn't like, oh no, where are we going to stay? Whose grass are we going to park on? Yeah, it's a big list of stuff to do in the next couple of weeks as far as like cleaning and DIY and stuff. Yeah. Lunch stop at the moment from Rangipo Power Station. It's quite neat down there, eh, Andrew and Debbie? We've driven down there a few times. We haven't ever towed down there, but it's cool around there with the walks and the what's that swing bridge? The Pillars of Hercules and that sort of thing. It's quite neat through there. If you have, look at that. If you have a decent key to camping in the winter in the south, it's awesome. Yeah, you are right. And we do have, I call it an Esparcher, but Chelsea says it's a Esparcher. I think it's over there. We have a diesel heater in the Caravan. We paid extra for it when we bought the Caravan. Pretty expensive as well. I was scared of those Chinese knockoff heaters that seem to be quite popular now, and people are like actually fitting them and servicing them and stuff. So
people rave about them now. I think if you get a good one, they can be pretty handy. But...
And they're a fraction of the price. You know, we paid thousands for the heater in here, but we kind of needed it.
Yeah,
like it works really well, and it's pretty easy to run.
We actually ran out of power in Rosy, our solar. We used all our solar one day. We had a couple of days of rain, and the night before we were getting on the ferry, got to about 10 o'clock at night and lights flicked off.
Everything switched off as the first
time we've ever run it dry. And
our last day on the west coast was overcast. We weren't getting any solar, and in the winter I think they say, especially down in the South Island, you get about half the solar like charge throughout the day that you would in summer. But we didn't change our kind of power usage, did we?
No, we didn't. And it said 1 minute remaining for about 4 hours. So we thought, we'll just carry on using it. And then, got to about 10 o'clock at night and the lights went out. And then we discovered all the other fun things that just don't work when you don't have power. Like we couldn't flush the toilet.
Oh, and we didn't realize.
We didn't have running water because the water pump wasn't working. And the heater worked for about 2 hours after the lights went out. And then we woke up in the morning and it was very cold.
So with all the kids in our bed. That was because the management system in here for the battery says like right now there's 118 hours on the battery, and it always says hours. And so some nights it might go like 15 hours of battery, whatever, and then it went to 1 minute and started flashing, and we're like, okay, and then literally everything just turned off. It was quite funny. And
no, we don't have a generator for a backup. We were just middle of the night in a campground that didn't have powered sites. Just
yeah, it's quite funny.
Cold night, and then the next night the next day we were on the ferry, so we knew we weren't going to get solar then while we were crossing over, so we booked a powered site for when we arrived.
Gave the batteries a recharge. Can you say happy birthday to my friend Nick Gurr? Hopefully I'm saying that right. Happy birthday,
Nick. Hope you're having a good day.
It's our first shout out we've ever done. Yeah, lithium batteries. It's probably something, I guess we were talking the other day actually about how we kind of, we didn't just buy a Caravan and jump straight into it. Like we kind of had obviously the bus originally and then the motorhome, and we kind of had a few years under our belt of like weekend camping, a week here, 10 days here. So we kind of felt like we knew what we were getting into, but I think we'd never kind of relied on the solar in the winter. And obviously in the motorhome as well, when you drove somewhere, you charged the house battery as well. So yeah, it was kind of like up until last week, we've never had to think about the power in here. Like we've always just plug, and it's just lights, I guess, things like the toilet, the pump, extractor fan. we never thought about it. We did put an extra panel on the roof when we bought it, and we've got an extra battery.
Yes,
So we got 2 solar panels, 2 batteries.
So we've always had plenty. Like, it's never been an issue until that night.
Yeah. And I think it was just a combination of having overcast weather. Like, we had overcast weather for a day, and then we had rain for 3 days. So it was just kind of, and obviously on the ferry, no solar, even if it was sunny. So yeah, pretty funny. I was just sitting up editing, and then Chelsea was in bed reading, and then everything just, we heard like a click and everything turned off, and she looked at me and we're like, okay. Well, this is a first.
So that 1 minute remaining for like 4 hours that we had did actually come to something. But lesson learnt.
We do have a little backup battery supply that I use for work, little portable battery inverter. We couldn't run much off that. Aside, we could charge our phones and computers and that sort of thing if we got stuck. But so lithium, bigger solar, definitely something we'd want to look at in the future, I think.
Next time.
Yeah. For sure. Maybe an extra battery or bigger batteries or something like that. We do have space under the bed. How many watts of solar panels do you guys use an inverter for 240? We have 2, I think they're 160 watt panels on the roof. So whatever that is, 320 watts. I don't have it out here, but we've got a little, like one of those all-in-one battery units. It's a Goal Zero. So it's like, has USB ports on it, 240 volt and 12 volt as well. And so that's what I use for work. I just plug this tablet that we're on now into the little battery pack, charge my phone, headphones, that sort of thing. And we just charge that off a cigarette port that's under the bed. So
and sometimes we can chuck it in the car if we're driving and charge it from the car.
Yeah, so we don't actually have an inverter in here. We don't really have anything we'd use an inverter for. Yeah.
Toaster, maybe, if you could.
You can if you have enough batteries. We were staying at a powered campsite. Where were we? Somewhere. And we bought a toaster as a treat for the kids. And we had toast and crumpets and bagels like every day.
We had so much bread for about 3 days.
Kids are so excited. We don't normally...
we don't bother with the stovetop toaster because the kids eat it so quickly. I literally can't cook it fast enough, and everyone just gets angry, and I'm standing at the stove for half an hour toasting a whole loaf of bread.
So we bought a cheap little $15 toaster from the supermarket and was like,
what a treat.
What a treat. The kids are so excited. Christine, you got the same name.
Oh, nice. Another Rosy.
Yeah. We didn't come up with the name Rosy, actually. That was the people who owned the first bus we bought.
Yeah.
It was the Mitzi Rosa, and she called it Rosy, eh?
Yeah, Rosy with a Y.
Yep.
And just stuck.
And it stuck because when we changed and bought the second camper van, we didn't want to change the YouTube channel name. So we called the second one Rosy, and then we called this one Rosy as well. It's kind of funny.
Yeah.
My camper is not as fancy as your camper van. It's about getting out there, isn't it, Study Boy? And that's exactly what you're doing with the land and stuff you've bought up north. So, I mean, hey, you don't have to have something fancy.
No way.
Yeah, second out. It's about the best camper van is the one you've got in your driveway, I suppose.
Yes.
Like, the one you've got.
Or preferably not in your driveway, out using it.
What I mean? Yeah. The one you already own, I guess. Same for caravans. Like, if you can pick up a Leopards Go Wilder in here, and and I've got a classic New Zealand, caravan, and get out and about and slowly renovate it if you like, and that sort of thing. We had trouble finding bunks. It's not a lot of secondhand caravans with bunks in New Zealand, eh?
I wonder if they get snapped up quickly, or if there's just not that many of them out there. But or when you do have them, you're not parting with them.
I think that's part of it as well. You'll see people hold on to caravans for 20 years. So to get a secondhand, we looked at this new, and the sales rep said to us, "Hey, guys, you'll have a hard time finding a secondhand one with bunks." And we said, "Yeah, whatever, mate." And we, jumped on trade, and we went, "Oh, okay, he's actually right." Yeah. So that was kind of the reason why we bought new. But yeah, I mean, as long as you'd be surprised at how little you need, I think, to have a good time.
Yes. Yeah.
out and about. We've just done 5 months with what we can fit in this trailer, essentially.
Yeah.
And I didn't think about anything I needed that was at home, or I wish we had that, or I wish we had that. It was kind of like,
No.
yeah. I don't know if
No,
you did.
nothing. No.
Yeah,
My
it's quite amazing.
sewing machine, maybe. But yeah, not really needed. Just wanted sometimes.
Yeah, sure. The bikes, maybe.
Bikes, yes.
We would like to take our bikes away. We've just got a lot of stuff with the bikes, right? Like we got 2 kids seats. We've actually got a kids bike trailer, which we'll show you one day.
Yeah.
The twins sit one after the other on this long contraption with a wheel at the back.
So I have that behind my bike, and then Harvey sits in front of my seat. So I've got 3 kids on my bike.
And I can just enjoy myself.
I look like a school bus biking around, honestly.
But to take all that away was, we put it in the too hard basket initially, because it was like, we'd have to have 3 bikes on the bike rack, helmets, all that sort of thing. So
yeah. Although we have had, since we've been home, the girls have been playing all the scooters and little bikes and stuff that we've had here, balance bikes. So we might have to add another couple of things to our bike rack. Our bike rack's going to have 3 kids' bikes on it. No adults' bikes, but
yeah. All right. My parents have just gone lithium in their motorhome, and they love it. I suppose because one thing people say about lithium as well, that you can use a lot more of the battery, can't you? So you can deplete a lot more of the battery and use a lot more. So I think we'll definitely look into it. I guess it's quite expensive still, isn't it, lithium?
Yeah.
And then you obviously have to figure out if your solar or your charge controller can handle lithium, right? Because some can do both and some can't. So I think we'll look into it one day. Romeo, you have 500 watts, it's a pretty good setup. 270 amp hours. Yeah, our batteries are only 120 amp hours, so 240 all up. We had a big giant 250 amp hour battery in the motorhome, which was a monster. But I think if we were going to go off grid for like all of winter, and it may start to be a problem. Our fridge we run on gas most of the time. We don't ever run it on 12 volt. Yes, I guess the stove and stuff is gas as well. So it's not heaps, not a huge drain on the power.
And if you weren't working from inside the caravan, you probably wouldn't ever have an issue, right? Charging tablets and stuff is probably the main.
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, it's mostly just lights and water pump and that sort of thing.
Yeah,
but we'll see. If it becomes a problem again, we might have to look into it.
Maybe.
Crispy buying a freshwater tank and 12-volt pump. Oh, cool. So if you don't follow Crispy's Kiwi Adventures on YouTube, you should look him up. Tons of exploring around the South Island. I'm super jealous of the metal detecting and the gold panning and stuff. Chelsea's dad actually bought a metal detector because he got into it for, I don't know,
a week.
He's probably bought a good one actually. I might go and have a hunt in his shed. But yeah, and doing up your Land Cruiser at the moment, which is pretty cool. He put a battery and stuff in it the other week, so
cool.
That's cool. I've seen a lot of people do put the 12, put a freshwater tank in there and stuff, and then you just have options when you're out and about. Of bit of fresh water is always handy, pump and stuff. Thanks, Study Boy. I like all that. I'm surprised at how much of the land changed when you guys pulled down all those trees, all the wattle trees. Bit of a shame you couldn't leave some of them up, but I guess better than them falling on people's caravans and things. How long are we looking to stay here for?
Just a couple of weeks. We're going to head back down to Queenstown. First week of July, we're going to be down there. So we'll be back. We'll be here for a couple of weeks and then get back on the road and take our time heading down.
Basically on a month. It's start of, I think it's start of July, like the 4th or the 5th, we have to be back down there. So all going to plan with my dad, and if he comes home all right, and he and he's recovering fine.
Yeah.
And we'll go back down. it's kind of not. If you're watching, Dad, it's not. I'm not trying to. It doesn't sound. How do I put it? It's kind of good that we've got something to go back down for, because I think the temptation would be to stay here.
Just drag it out.
Just stay for a couple more months. So
which wouldn't be the end of the world, but at the same time, there's still stuff we wanted to see in winter down there, right?
Yeah, and it'll also be quite cool to go skiing, and then Harvey. So there's there's 3 cousins of Harvey's that are all slightly older than them, but they get on really well. So they don't have the opportunity often to kind of all hang out. So that'll be nice. So it's kind of good because it gives us kind of like a time frame of like see everyone, do everything we need to do, and then sort of carry on. So I think the temptation would be, we'll just wait till spring, or even spring here in Taupo's still cold, so we'll just wait till November or something, and then
and then by the time we actually get back down there, it's like everyone else is on their summer holiday at the same time, and
so probably be here 3 weeks, I'd say. All right, Crispy, thanks. I'll see you tomorrow night on your stream for sure. Once I got the kids to bed. We put as much solar on the roof as would fit. 720 watts. Wow. And 400 amp hours of lithium. That's great. Good work. We've definitely got room for more panels. We don't have an AC unit on the roof here.
No.
I actually cleaned the roof yesterday, and we could easily fit another couple. Jayco, as far as I know, you only offer 2 panels. So they put a panel and a battery on by default, and then you can get
an extra
more on. I guess the thing to do if you're going off grid would be to buy one and then go to like someone who does specific solar setup, say like your AA Solars in Auckland or wherever, and just go, get the whole thing done at the same time rather than trying to match panels later on. So we'd maybe think about it. We were planning to be on power over winter in Kaiteri.
Yeah.
So
maybe next winter we might need it, depending on what our plans are. But
our plan's still open-ended. We're now talking about, we'd like to do the North Island again, or go off the top of the North Island, all up Coromandel, all that. But it's like, where do we fit that in? I can see how people, go out for 6 months and then 2 years later they're like still on the road, or 5 years later or whatever.
I think that might be.
Oh, Lee, you're here as well. Hey, Lee.
Hi.
Hope you kept dry with all that rain down there. Wow. Couldn't believe we were kind of following the news as we came up the country of the bridges disappearing down there, and pretty crazy. I like this from Jonesy. Enjoy the long hot showers.
Yes. Oh my goodness, that's been amazing.
Just standing under the hot water. It's quite funny.
Not having to turn taps off.
I thought about that last night when I was doing the dishes. Actually, I was we're probably a bit more wasteful when we come back.
Probably too much information. I sat down on the toilet yesterday and went to open the cassette under it in the house.
Reaching down for the lever.
So many things that you just get in the habit of in the caravan, and then when you go back into a normal house, you're like, what is this? Like, it's just different. I don't know.
I suppose you're a bit more mindful, when you're out and about of like your water and stuff, but it's kind of the other extreme where it's like you can't have like a really long shower because we don't have the water, so it's kind of like there's probably a happy medium of like kind of being mindful of the water you're using and that sort of thing, but definitely one of those things we chew through in the caravan.
The kids are getting baths a lot more regularly.
We used to kind of be strategic about when we bathed and when we had like obviously an empty grey tank and a lot of fresh water. And if we were going to dump the next day, let's bath them tonight, and then we can dump it all the next day. But the grid-free store. I've not heard of that study, boy. Is that for like everything you need for off-grid? It's kind of, I'd like to look more into that, into sort of off-grid living. It is nice to have power and water and that sort of thing, but I definitely feel like there is kind of a more of a push these days, into like trying to be a bit more sustainable, or maybe generate a bit of your own power, or even just like saving your rainwater off your roof, right, for watering your garden and that sort of thing. Like, it's quite smart. It's nice not having a power bill. Like, we don't. I mean, we do our laundry obviously at laundromats, so there's obviously that bit of an expense there, but we have one less bill now. We don't have a power bill, so we have maybe put on a really cold week. Maybe I think we used a full tank of diesel for the heater, so that's 10 liters of diesel at maybe $1.10 a liter. So you're looking at like a couple loads of laundry a week, $10-15 worth of diesel to heat the whole thing, bit of gas for your fridge and your cooking. We get a gas bottle would last us 2 weeks.
Yeah, a couple of weeks.
And that's our expenses. So it's interesting when you come home and then you're using the dryer and your gas fire's going all the time and you're getting $250-300 power bills a month. It's quite nice. There's definitely a benefit to solar, that's for sure.
Yep.
So they're off-grid store. Nigel said, I changed both my off-grid properties from sealed lead to lithium. It's really good not to worry about. Yeah, that's a good point, because I always wonder that with rentals, actually. My brother got a rental just when COVID came out of lockdown. Him and a friend were like, we're going to do a camper van rental. And that was the most old school camper van I've ever been into. It was funny. It had obviously done all the rounds through the rental companies, and then I think it was a TUI camper or something. But the battery had obviously been hammered, and so they'd like get an hour out of their battery at night, and then the lights would go really dim and they're flickering and the heater wouldn't turn on. And I suppose it's the downside to sealed lead batteries, right, is that you can hammer them. And I don't know if I think maybe with the mat management system in these caravans, I don't know if we can drain them completely. I think that's why it shut off. The whole system just shut off. So yeah, that is good. Actually, a really good point. You get that extra bit of use out of them. And I guess lithium is becoming cheaper and cheaper. Every year people start using it, becomes more popular. It's a good move. I like this. Do you find yourself staying in one room of the house, or is it it's funny how clingy the girls are still, though.
Oh yeah, they have their moments. So they have a bit of space now to go off and play during the day, whereas in the caravan they're pretty much just on me, climbing on me all day long. So in the house they'll go off and play, and then they'll come back, and then both of them will just be in my face, like trying to get my attention, and then be all over me for a bit, and then they'll go off for another play. So yeah,
it's quite funny.
The space is great, but I'm kind of itching to get on the road again. Like, it's funny. And
yes,
we've been here for a week, and I already feel like
I kind of feel like I've been lazy because I haven't done like a walk in the last 3 days, or like we've been
smashing our to-do list. There's been stuff that we need to get done, and we've been like churning through it.
We've been cleaning, and we've been sorting out Chelsea's been sorting out all the kids' clothes and selling old stuff, and sorting out the new stuff. But so we've definitely been busy, and I've been working as well. But it kind of feels like, I don't know. I feel like
it's not enjoyable busy.
Yeah,
like
it's
it
odd.
is when you're traveling around and exploring stuff. It's chores busy.
Because we would go out, we'd make a point of going out pretty much every day when we're traveling, unless it's raining, to do a walk or do this, or I guess you kind of like, if you're hooking up and you're driving somewhere new, then you're kind of, it's odd. It's funny to think now that like we might go a whole week in our sort of old lives, or when we lived here, not doing anything, right? Work, dinner, TV, bed. And then in the weekend you go, I'm going to go on this big adventure, and you go down the road for a half an hour walk or something. You're like, oh, here we go. Tick for the weekend. And out and about, it's like, okay, cool, we're going to do this walk today, we got that walk tomorrow, we got when we're in the West Coast, like we've got this old mine to
Yeah.
check out, and that, and that, and that, and it's like,
we're here for 3 days. How much can we pack into 3
Yeah.
days?
It's kind of funny to then, to now be kind of just chilling out. Well, I say chilling out. We're still quite busy, but itching to get back on the road for sure.
Yes.
We wondered if that would happen,
Mm.
if we'd get back and we would be like, oh, this is an interesting pace of life.
It'll either go 2 ways. We'll want to stay put here and stay in the house, or we'll be dying to get back on the road. So, glad it's the road.
Yeah.
I probably need to go check on the baby.
Yeah, true. I can do it if you want. Cool. It's all right. Just check the babies are still asleep. Romeo, you can buy lithium kits of 112-watt system. It's 48. Hey, Mum's in the house. G'day, Mum. Yeah, I have read that you can get your own kits for them. I'd have to do a bit of research and see if because there's a big like battery control system and hub under the bed, and I don't know if they support lithium. They've probably got conversion kits or I probably should just reach out to a company and go through that process and just chat to someone. It didn't really come on our radar until last week when we actually ran out of power. So, here's one. Is the other one up too? I'll take this one. Oh, grumpy girl. Who's on there? There you go. You wave to Grandma. She's watching. Just woke up a little bit grumpy. We'll probably look into the whole lithium thing at some stage. Have you ever been to the gas station in Waiatapu that's next to? Yeah, I have been to that gas station actually. These girls were born in Rotorua Hospital. They stayed in what was it called? Skibu. The like special baby unit that's there because there's not one here at the hospital. So I actually did that drive from Taupo to the hospital every day for 10 days, and I actually stopped at that petrol station a few times. I didn't realize they made the honey there. Grandma's in the chat.
Hi, Grandma.
Oh, Waikato Hospital has motorhome parking in the main entrance. Oh, that's smart. We figure we'll just day trip up, see Chelsea's grandfather as well. He's in Te Awamutu. And see Dad, so we're going to do that tomorrow, eh? Couple of grumpy girls right here.
You're drowning.
Where are you? Can you see yourself?
Picking your nose.
And your one's yawning. Okay. So that's where they live. You know where that petrol station is on the road with Arataki honey? Or wherever. Is it? You know the big honey. The turn off to Waiatapu.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, over there. That's where that area is. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. Oh yeah. So as far as videos go over the next wee while, we've still got stuff to put out. We filmed our trip home on the ferry and everything because we actually lost that footage when we went down to the South Island, so we never showed you the ferry ride down. And filmed that on the way back. Got a few DIY projects and stuff to tackle as well. So videos will keep coming out. We're always a couple of weeks behind anyway, so like next week will be the video of us coming back home. So BM Pro do a lithium compatible version. Okay. I see what you're saying. So they do a compatible version. Okay. So you have to replace the whole BM Pro brain, do you, I suppose? Well, it's an option we should look into at some stage, maybe. Does Chelsea know where Prongia is? That's her hometown.
That's very funny.
Oh, that's your hometown.
I actually used to live in Prongia up until I turned 8. We moved out to Puahui. But I was in Prongia for the first 8 years of my life.
Yeah.
every school trip was up the mountain. And
Yeah,
I loved it there. It's a neat village. Very cool. And that mountain is amazing.
I still haven't climbed up it.
You haven't.
No,
No.
you're not keen to go back up.
It's just lots of mum and dad cracking the whip behind me while we're going up for a weekend hike. But yeah, no, it's good. It's a neat place.
Oh, Nigel, I missed your comment. Sorry, you're an admin of Facebook group New Zealand Solar and Sustainability.
Oh, cool.
Wow,
We'll
cool.
look into it. It's neat.
It's good to know.
Yeah.
We've kind of been thinking more and more about maybe having a bit more land and a bit of a smaller house.
Yes.
And maybe making better use of you're right, Rue? Making better use of land, right? Oh, that was mine. You were kind of been talking more about that, eh?
Maybe potentially at some point building a tiny house off grid, getting some land somewhere at some point. Once we've exhausted the caravanning.
Yeah, I guess once we've got it out of our system.
Yeah.
I guess kind of we did build a house before Harvey was born, and we kind of built a big house and then moved in, and we were like, it's all right. Like, it's kind of we realized when we came back how much kind of wasted space you can have in a house.
Yes.
Like, I have a whole office, whole bedroom for my office, but I only have a desk on one wall with some monitors.
And I had a whole office for me as well.
Yeah, we had an office each.
We didn't like to share an office, but now
I could work in a cupboard.
All of our living is in the same size as probably
our bedroom.
Yeah.
Or like the living room. It's kind of funny. Just I mean, we probably could have been a bit smarter with our money and maybe had more land and then being able to, I guess, plant gardens and.
I think at the time when we built it, we didn't want a big garden. So the first house that we bought when we moved to Taupo had a great big rose garden and lots of maintenance was needed. And we would spend every weekend doing that. And we got to a point where we were like, we don't want to be spending our weekends doing that.
Yeah.
And we didn't have kids at that point. We wanted to be off traveling and doing all the fun stuff. So when we built a house, we built it with low maintenance in mind.
Yeah,
we didn't want big property to take care of.
Yeah.
So we don't have a lot of outdoor space at our place.
Which works well right now.
And it was fine at the time, but now we've got 3 kids and we like being outdoors and they like being outdoors and maybe one day we'll get a bit of land somewhere and build
just
a
have
tiny
to find
home.
the right piece of land somewhere. Yeah, that's kind of an option, and then maybe just live a little bit simpler and have less of a mortgage, It's a pretty crazy market at the moment though in New Zealand. If you're not from New Zealand, like land price here in Taupo is crazy. Building prices are expensive. There's obviously high demand for everything at the moment, and delays and all that sort of thing. So it's just an option we're kind of kicking around.
Yeah, it's not going to happen anytime soon.
No. I also want to go to America and visit every national park. I saw a Facebook article once that you can it's like the way to drive to see every national park in America. I think it probably take you a few months or a year or something.
More than a few months.
Yeah, I thought that might be a cool idea. But obviously we're not going to America anytime soon. So
no.
Yeah, back down south for us. Cruise around.
And then do up north and cruise around up there.
Go back up north, I think. Would be nice. I don't know. We got school to think about. What do we do with Harvey? Just turned 4, so
we've got options. We could homeschool or correspondence school if we needed to, if we want to keep traveling around. But
what do you think?
Let's see how we go.
What do you think? There you go. Jonesy said, I live beside the old butchers.
Oh, okay. Cool.
You don't know where that is, eh?
Can't remember.
Oh, cool, yeah.
Well, it's a small village, so yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we lived on the main beachy street, I want to say. I don't know. It's been a while since I've been there.
You're a kid, I suppose. It's all right.
Cool place.
Yeah. So what's everyone up to for the long weekend? We didn't even realise, that it was a long weekend. People would be out and about.
Yep.
Man, you girls are tired. What's going on?
Sleepyhead.
We don't have a lot planned, which is nice. We're just going to
go to the hospital.
Go to the hospital tomorrow, see Dad, and yeah. Are the twins fraternal? Are they fraternal? They're identical.
Did you need to ask me that?
Well, I just got confused. I was about to say they're maternal. I don't think that's a thing. No, they're identical. They look a little different now.
They look different to me, but I'm around them all
different
the time.
head shape. Oh, AJ's Park. That's quite nice there, eh? We went to stay at AJ's Park once. We got it wrong and stayed out the front by the boat ramp and the toilets. And we're like, why does everyone rave about AJ's Park? Like, that's sure it's nice here, but there's only like one of us there. And then we realized the next morning that AJ's Park's through the gate, and that's where everyone stays. I see there's a big gathering there soon. I don't think I saw it on one of the Facebook pages. We'll have to stay there again.
Parongia Main Street is Franklin Street. Oh, that's right. No, I meant the main street coming into Parongia from Te Awamutu. Sorry, I didn't mean the main street of the township.
That's where you lived.
Yeah, just as you came down the hill, coming into the village from Te Awamutu, kind of come down a swooping hill. There was a cemetery on the right, and we lived on the other side of the road.
We'll have to do the Manawatu Gorge walk tomorrow and get that medal.
Oh, nice.
Awesome. So I'm guessing that's the Kiwi Guardian medal. Harvey's got a fair few of them now, eh?
Yeah, his bunk's filling up.
Yeah, we've got a whole lot of little hooks around the bunk with his medals hanging up.
Yeah.
Manawatu, did we do that one?
Don't think so.
No. Some of those are proving rather annoying to find. There's one at the Botanic Gardens in Wellington that
we walked around
we
for
just
ages.
up and down hills searching for ages for it. And then there was
You okay?
Yeah, she looks grumpy. Eh?
She does.
So that one took us ages to find. We finally found it. Then we went to the zoo the next day and completely forgot to find the one at the zoo, the Wellington Zoo. So yeah, found a few of them. It would be nice to tick all those. If you don't know what, some of you might not have a clue what we're talking about. Sorry. There's a scheme in New Zealand called the Kiwi Guardians, and it's sponsored by Toyota. And there's basically these posts in the middle of walks and things. They give you a rough map to try and find the post, and it has a code word on it. And you enter that code word on the website, and they post out a little wooden medal on a string for your kids that found it. And
it usually comes with a little map, and they've got to find their way around the area and
some clues and
some
stuff,
challenges and stuff like that. Yeah, and it's run with DOC, Department of Conservation.
Oh, it's a DOC thing, is it? Okay, yeah, it's just sponsored by Toyota. You get a little medal that says the place where you were, and they're quite fun to try and find. So you can kind of pull up a map of New Zealand and find all these various medals, and then go click on one and go, okay, that's part of this walk or whatever. There would be a good 100 of them, would there?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There's lots.
We may be 20 in by the looks of his wall. Yeah. We'll keep going. Yeah, there's a lot of them. Romeo, Travelling K's baby must be due soon. Yeah, must be. Her most recent video, I think she said she had a couple of weeks, so she might have already had it. I'm not sure. If you're not familiar with Travelling K, she is a lady that lives in a caravan here in New Zealand. Karen also does YouTube. She's been doing it for a few years now. And yeah, she's having a kid. Must be in the next few weeks. So they bought some land and parked up for the winter to have a kid. And, yeah, quite cool. There's a Kiwi Guardian post just outside of our Batch and Arthur's Pass. Oh, Nigel, I was wondering who it was who had the Batch and Arthur's Pass. I think we did get that one. We did. Harvey and I went out in the rain. And that's right, down the river walk, eh? Yeah. That Chelsea tried to take a pushchair down in it. I did. We just had to cross the stream on the way back. Into a little narrow bridge that the double pushchair struggled with. They had to kind of... Yep. That's right. The Arthur's Pass was interesting. You guys probably all saw that video where we were stuck in the rain.
Yeah.
I think in hindsight, it's actually really beautiful there in the rain.
Oh, it is. It was lovely.
It's kind of like waterfalls that are raging and water
Yeah.
spewing out of the side of the hill and stuff.
We were just unprepared.
We were just unprepared.
Kids' wet weather gear, but we've got it all now. So, yeah.
Didn't the bridge wash out there as well, Nigel? Was that Arthur's Pass? Or was it just closed?
Ashburton area, I thought.
Okay. I might be getting confused. Geraldine. Yeah. Going to Hokitika in 3 weeks. They're going to do the things you did. Oh, yeah, cool. I did that gorge in Hokitika is stunning, eh?
Yep.
It's
that watercolor is pretty cool.
It's a little bit out of town. It's maybe 20, 25 minutes out, but it's awesome to go out there. Yeah, that was cool, that gorge. And it's an hour loop or something. Yeah, it wasn't too hard to walk.
It was good. The kids did it fine. Well, Harvey did it fine. The girls were on our backs.
Yeah, that gorge is well worth doing.
It's cute. You okay?
Our batch is on the Riverwalk. We are there now and it's raining.
Go back to sleep if you want.
Yeah, that's funny. Arthur's Pass. Cool spot though. We walked up to that Devil's Punch Bowl Falls as well, which was a heap of steps, but that was pretty stunning. Yeah, nice spot.
Little winner's
Oh, there you go. Porter River Bridge by Porter's Pass. Yeah, we might have to go on a 6 hour. We're nearing an hour anyway. So if you weren't here earlier, we're back in Taupo for a few weeks. My father had a heart attack. We've come back to see him, and just help out if we can in any way while we're here, and just sort of, I guess, also refresh the caravan in terms of swapping all our summer clothes out for winter clothes and that sort of thing.
Give it a good deep clean and restock everything.
Pull everything off, clean everything. And then a month from now, we'll be back in Queenstown, all going to plan. And look at you, grumpy girl. And we've got a bit of skiing, which is going to be pretty choice. Chelsea's never skied before.
No,
we snowboarded years ago.
Not ski.
Yeah. Harvey's going to have a crack at skiing with the kids.
We've been trying to get him to practice his pizza. His legs don't seem to want to. I don't know if it's a 4-year-old thing, but his legs don't seem to be in that way.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be interesting. I might have to get some reins so that he doesn't just go tearing off down the mountain.
Toboggan or something. They say, you got to learn like pizza and then French fries, and Chelsea will go, okay, pizza, and he'll do that, and she'll go French fries, and he'll go like that.
I say pizza, and he goes like that, opposite of what he's meant to be doing.
So we'll make sure we whack the GoPro on him so you guys can see that. We're there for
we got like 4 days.
4 days, with the family. But we figure we might hang around that area, maybe check out Queenstown and Wanaka in that area in the snow. We might also go out, depending on what these bridges are doing and the roads, might go up or down the west coast and check out the glaciers and things as well. So we're just going to rug up and get out there, I think, That'll be the name of the game. Make sure we got plenty of fuel for the heater. And, if there's anything you guys think we should do in Queenstown with the kids while we're there, then definitely let us know. That would be cool as well. We went to Queenstown years ago. Chelsea and I did a bit of snowboarding. But, Jonesy, I've seen other vans or motorhomes that have tiny fireplaces. Yeah, there's a company in New Zealand actually called Little Cracker. They do little wood fireplaces. So if you're converting like a bus or something, they're really good. We don't have the floor space for one.
No.
I'm just thinking now.
And then you've also got the safety element for the kids. We'd have to get a fire guard around it and take up more space. And
Yeah, for sure, Maria. Thank you. Dad's doing fine. He's in, I think they're watching this right now. Pretty bored in hospital, being there for a week, just waiting on a date for the operation. So, just monitor. They obviously won't let him home. They're monitoring him 24/7 in case he has another heart attack. So, I think he's just a bit bored. But a bit of a surprise, to be honest, because he is the last person I thought would have a heart attack. Fit, healthy, rides his bike for
30Ks.
30Ks in the weekend and doesn't, have any complaints. So very surprising. Doesn't smoke or drink or, bit surprising. One of those things you never think, never be a problem, and then popped up. So
yeah, quite funny. We had people speculating why we'd come back.
yeah, some of you guys messaged and said, "Oh, you couldn't hack the winter."
Yeah.
Oh, it got too
you
cold.
got another baby on the way.
Yeah. We've got enough. We've got plenty of children.
Hands full. There's no more coming.
I like that. Yeah, a few people said, "Oh, you couldn't hack the winter." It was quite funny. Yeah, for sure. We'll be showering twice a day while we're here in 10 minutes at a time. Glenorchy,
yeah, I've heard that's beautiful. It's on the list for sure.
Lake Tekapo in that area, I'd love to go through as well. We just kind of need to figure out what's down there, and as long as we rug up, I'd say we'll be fine. Thank you, New Zealand Family Adventures. Appreciate that. Come all the way home just for longer showers. We actually stayed at a place you might have seen in the last video. You could we stayed at the back of a hotel in Karamea, and you could they had like a bathroom that was unlocked for the people that were camping there, but it was one of those funny showers that's like for a wheelchair, so it's like a huge one with a curtain. And anyway, I put my clothes on the floor quite far away
rookie mistake
from the shower. Then I showered for like 10 minutes, and I came out, and for some reason I didn't see the floor drain towards all my clothes, and all my clothes were on top of my shoes, and they just absorbed everything. But it was fine. It was well worth the shower, I think.
Oh yeah, that was good.
Yeah, but yeah, showering at home's been pretty nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, we might leave the chat there because I think these girls.
Yeah, she's struggling.
They're struggling.
Need to go back to sleep.
Grumpy. So yeah, new video out in a few days, mid next week. Catch Our Adventure coming back. And we might do live streams more regularly as well.
Yeah, seems to be working when we time it with sleep, so we don't have kids running around squealing and
yeah. So let us know if you're keen for that to happen. We can kind of catch up, maybe do one every fortnight, and just allows us to hang out and have a bit of a Q&A and stuff, give you a bit of an update. So yeah. What do you say, Harvey? See you later. He's got headphones on. All right, thank you guys. Appreciate you all stopping by. And
thank you. It's been nice chatting with you.
Yeah, bye.
Bye. You gonna wave too? You wave?
What's that finger doing? Bye. Bye. You wave? If you just do it just out of there, you go. You don't. If your hand's not on. Hang on. All right. Thank you, everyone. See you later.
Bye.
Appreciate you stopping by.